Let's now talk for lesson 2 about the scalar product of two vectors and how this relates to the angle between these vectors. So let's say that we have a vector v with components a, b, and a vector u with components c, d. The scalar product of these two vectors, which is basically represented by this dot, it's also called the dot product. Don't put here times. Times is another type of multiplication that we don't cover here. So the dot product, or the scalar product, is v times u, v dot u, represented by this. And how do you calculate? This is going to be calculated by multiplying a by c, multiplying b by d, and adding these two together. As you can understand, this is going to be a number, all right? A number is a scalar, hence the name scalar vector. It may also be calculated in a different way. So the v times u is going to be the magnitude of v times the magnitude of u times the cosine of the angle that these two vectors make with one another. All right? I hope you're understanding visually what I'm meaning. Imagine that this is v, this is u. We are talking, this angle over here is the angle between the two vectors. All right? As you can see from this, if the two vectors are perpendicular, that means that v, the angle between v and u, is 90 degrees, and cosine of 90 is 0. So the scalar product of any two vectors that are perpendicular to each other is 0. The same approach can be used to explain that if two vectors are parallel, the angle between them is going to be 0, and cosine of 0 is 1. So basically, the scalar product of two vectors that are parallel is going to be given just by the product of their magnitudes. If you combine this information with what you have over there, means that, given the right information, you can find the angle between two vectors. Just working out this, you can see that cosine of the angle that you want, which I'm going to call theta, is just v times u divided by the product of their magnitudes, which means that the angle is going to be cosine negative 1 of v times u divided by the product of their magnitudes. And what is v times u? V times u is this. So if you know the components of the two vectors, you can immediately, using this formula, calculate the angle between them. Just apply this. Don't forget that this is the magnitude of v and this is the magnitude of u. So you can get the angle between them.